And that's with all of the difficulties and all of the fake investigations and the Adam Shifty Schiffs. Can you believe this guy? He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen. And the biggest head. We called him watermelon head. I'd say, how could that big fat face stand on a neck that looked like this finger? How can it? It was the weirdest thing. It's a mystery. Nobody can understand it. But he's one of the most dishonest human beings I've ever seen. And, you know, how we can allow people like that to run an office is a shame, but we did. He was in charge of the witch hunt, you know. He was in charge of the fake witch hunt with Russia. It was a made-up story. Made up. Think of it. They make up a story. They know it's made up. It's gone on for a year and a half, 2 years. Russia. I knew nothing about it. The only thing I knew was that I taxed the pipeline that I told you about, that I put all sorts of sanctions and everything else. They never had a problem like they had with me. Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, what a video we have for y'all tonight. I tell you, man, it's gonna be funny. Gonna keep it real, and we just gonna keep winning. God bless some beautiful patriots around the world. I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. We at the NRCC, man. Yes, indeed, the National Republican Congressional Committee at the dinner, and Trump is being Trump as always, and we're here for it. We are here for it, man. So let's go and jump in. I ain't gonna be all this talking and yapping, japping, and rapping. They say, Rick, I'm ready to have a good time. But yeah, let's roll it.
Our opponents are not afraid that our America First policies will fail. They're terrified that our strategy will succeed and we're going to get bigger and stronger and better as a party. And that's what's happening. And that is what's happening. It's going to be something. And I'm actually looking forward to the midterms. I really are. We're going to prove that all of their treasonous years of betrayal will not be forgotten, because it's treason. What they did is treason. When they allowed millions of people to pour in through open borders from all over the world, they came. To me, that's treason. What they've done to our country is unthinkable. The money we have to spend to take.
They say we got to be patient. They say there's a lot of people that are impatient. A lot of people are saying right now. But I know y'all ready for them handcuffs. They say, Rick, don't say it, sir. They say, Rick, don't say it, sir. Put your hands behind your back. I'm sorry, family. They said Rick, don't say it, but I had to. It was in my spirit. I'm sorry. It was in the spirit, in the blood.
People out, and then we have judges that say, no, let Trende Araqua come back into our country. They want him to come back in. Killers. They cut off a man's or a.
Yeah. It's some. So you know what? Put the judge on the plane. Put the judge on the plane. Let the judge get roughed up a little bit. Let him have a conversation with him. Yeah. Hopefully he understands. Judge James Muffin Top. I call him Muffin Top James. Yeah, let him be and make an example out of him. His Mayorkas should be the first one to be walked in. Evil piece of traitor. Yeah, and we know it's a list of them that need to be fully investigated. Need to put them handcuffs on tight. Yeah, grease them handcuffs up. And it's a lot of handcuffs we gonna need, man. I'm telling you. A lot of them old handcuffs. You know, them old handcuffs, they got like a certain lock on them, and you can make them tight. They say, Rick, sir, what the hell you mean them old handcuffs? Yeah, them old handcuffs. Yeah, them old handcuffs. Put some WD-40 on them, they be brand new. Brand new. Just throw some WD-40 on them handcuffs. Make them tight. But this one right here is the star of the show. This clip right here is the star of the show right here, man. Adam Shifty Schiff, pencil neck, watermelon head. Trump absolutely has broke the internet with this right here. Obliterated Adam Schiff, man. Let's run it.
And that's with all of the difficulties and all of the fake investigations and the Adam Shifty Schiffs. Can you believe this guy? He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen. And the biggest head. We call him watermelon head. I'd say, how could that big fat face...
Put the finger up. Oh, Trump, man, I tell you.
Stand on a neck that looked like this finger. How can it... It was the weirdest thing. It's a mystery. Nobody can understand it. But he's one of the most dishonest human beings I've ever seen. And, you know, how we can allow people like that to run in office is a shame, but we did. He was in charge of the witch hunt, you know. He was in charge of the fake witch hunt with Russia. It was a made-up story. Made up. Think of it. They make up a story. They know it's made up. It's gone on for a year and a half, 2 years. Russia. I knew nothing about it. The only thing I knew was that I taxed the pipeline that I told you about, that I put all sorts of sanctions and everything else. They never had a problem like they had with me. But it was Russia, constant, as a method of, what they did is that was the complaint about why she lost an election, because crooked Hillary was expected to win the election. But they didn't see what we saw. We saw the biggest crowds in history gathering, only superseded by the crowds we just had. But here's a guy that goes out, and he goes to an intelligence hearing, or whatever you might call it, and it's supposed to be secret. He'd walk out, he'd either make a call off the record, this is crooked Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff. He's a shifty Adam. Or he'd just go out blatantly and have a news conference. And because it had to do with me and my family, he'd go out and have a news conference. And he said, now you've got to remember, he knows it's a hoax because he made it up with crooked Hillary. So he knows it's a hoax because we're dealing with human beings on the other side. He'd say, Donald Trump Jr., the son of the President of the United States, will spend many years in prison because of what he's done with Russia. Now, think of that statement on a human basis. I have a young son, who is being told that he's going for prison on something he doesn't even know what they're talking about. He said, Dad, I don't know what's going on. They keep talking about I'm involved with Russia. I don't know anything about Russia, I swear to you, Dad. And yet, Adam Schiff goes out and makes a statement about a hoax that he made up, that he knows is false. How bad a human being do you have to be? They put my son and my family through that kind of trauma. These are bad people. These are sick degenerates.
You know, people wonder why, you know, and we talked about this in thousands of videos. Y'all know, we all know how we feel about it, man. You know, and again, you wonder why Trump, while we get a little nasty, you know. But as one of the top individuals, they need to be walked out in handcuffs, man. Begging for pardons, you know. A disgrace, man. An absolute disgrace. And I'm glad that just broke the internet, man. You know, I am really glad. This clown here.
We brought together both chambers of Congress, the Senate and the House, to conduct real oversight and to serve as a check and balance, to hold those who misuse power to account and to carry out our constitutional duty. Convening this hearing was not our first choice. We have tried to get our Republican colleagues to hold hearings, to do meaningful oversight, to assert Congress's authority as an independent branch of government. But to our great disappointment, our Republican colleagues have abdicated that important responsibility. They have stood by as the president has run roughshod over the legislative branch and turned Congress into little more than a rubber stamp. So today we'll hold the first of what we hope will be more bicameral oversight hearings. We will do the investigative work that our colleagues across the aisle refuse to do. We will expose the illegality, abuse, and corruption of this administration and within the Department of Justice. We will have brave witnesses speak to what's actually happening behind closed doors, how the Trump administration continues to try to intimidate them from speaking out, and why it matters to Americans across the country. The Trump administration is following a well-worn playbook. History serves as a guide and as a warning. In the 1930s, a Jewish lawyer in Berlin tracked in meticulous detail how Germany gradually became what he called a dual state. First, to keep the country running, the ordinary legal system remained in place for most people. And yet, step by step, a parallel system of governance and law emerged, what one scholar called a lawless zone. A parallel system carry out the will of the leader and to go after his enemies, real or perceived, to punish, to reward, to co-opt, to intimidate, silence, or take over institutions that make a society free and vibrant, the courts, the lawyers, the universities, the press, even businesses. And over time,
scum, a lot of them, man, need to be made an example out of, man, for real. And I want to play this clip real quick. I seen this earlier, and I had to repost it, man. You know, this is how we feel. And these liberals, Democrats, activists are running with this. Oh, Trumpers regret voting for Trump. Oh, MAGA's turning on Trump. Oh, you know, bunch of made up crap.
Democrats say Republicans regret voting for Trump. I don't know what Republican y'all talking about, because I'm a Republican and I do not regret voting for Trump at all. If anything, I actually like what he's doing. I think he completed like 95, 96% of all of his campaign promises within the first 3 months. Signing executive orders left and right, trying to get illegal immigrants up out of the country. Interest rates are down, gas prices are down, oil prices are down. What are we not liking about him right now? Vietnam is trying to get their tariff from 90% down to 0%. A lot of countries are coming to the table trying to reduce their tariffs. South Korea, Japan's trying to figure out what they're going to do. Companies are moving back to America. You got Honda's trying to build factories in America. You got, even Apple is trying to invest in America. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on to where Democrats feel like Republicans are not supporting the country, the president. I'm supporting the president. I don't know what y'all think. What? Because he put a tariff on China, 25% tariff on China, 25% tariff on Canada, 25% tariff on Mexico, so that they can't send their products to Canada and Mexico and circumvent the tariff. What? Oh, because they put a 34% tariff on us and we said we're going to put a 50% tariff on them. Okay. Other than that, what? I'm rocking with him. They want to do a retaliatory tariff. He want to do a 50% tariff. Okay. Let's see how this going to go. You know what I mean? We are one of the biggest, consumer bases in the world. I think we're going to affect them. I think that's what's going to happen. No, I don't regret voting for my president. None of that rhetoric. Y'all Democrats are trying to sell people and brainwash people into thinking is real. You know what I'm saying? And when this president has really opened up my eyes to the Democratic Party. I kind of knew y'all was shady, but when he had Elon Musk
I feel like this is for a lot of people though. I've talked to a lot of people that say this same thing. And this is one reason why people won't ever vote for a Democrat again.
The Department of Government Efficiency do the forensic audit of the Treasury Department, and I seen how much expenditures was going out to terrorist organizations, and y'all got money flying out the window for other countries to make comic books and condoms and all kinds
programs. We don't know what that is.
The crazy stuff. Oh no, I see exactly who y'all are. Elizabeth Warren,
Pocahontas,
against Elon Musk auditing the Treasury Department. What is going on? You know what I mean? I don't know. Last thing I would want is a Democrat to be in power, to be real with you. So don't think because I'm black, I'm just oh, he's just a Democrat. No. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to be pushing the country in a direction that many people always wanted to do. They wanted to bring manufacturing back to America. We're a service-based country. It is what it is. What do we produce? Think about it. You know what I mean? Like, no, like, yeah, they need to slap 25% tariffs on steel, 25% tariff on aluminum. Let the market decide who's going to get, you know what I mean, what product now. People are going to start building it like here. That's the plan. No, I do not regret voting for Trump. If anything, I'm excited. Every time I look in the news, I'm like, oh, what are he doing now?
What are you doing now?
He not just sitting around, not doing nothing, hiding. Every time something goes down, you see him immediately in an interview addressing people. If they ask him something stupid, he say, oh, this is a stupid question. You know what I mean? Like, he answers just about everything that's being asked. He does not beat around the bush.
Like I told y'all, this administration is a night and day difference, man, in the previous administration. We actually know who the president is, you know, what's he's doing. Actually answers questions.
Tells you what it is. He stands on what he said he's going to do. No, I do not regret voting for my president. And subscribe to the channel so we could talk about more of this stuff. Then y'all know what's crazy? These Democrats that y'all trying to push, Jasmine Crockett. I just seen her say something really insane, right? She goes ahead and she says that, oh, I was like traveling around educating people on illegal immigration and, you know, and why they're needed. Cause you know, like who else is going to be farming? Y'all ain't trying to farm and we done picking cotton. And so what you trying to say? Like illegal immigrants is picking cotton? Like, these are the type of people.
Yeah, I know we just did a video on that a couple hours ago.
That y'all trying to push up into the forefront. The Democrats, I feel like y'all have lost touch with y'all base. You know what I mean? And y'all got these lunatic politicians out here as, you know, people y'all pushing. Look at this. Cory Booker spoke for 25 hours, right? And he didn't, in any of those 5 hours, did he say like, oh, y'all should stop throwing Molotov cocktails or destroying Elon Musk businesses or hurting like innocent people, you know, vandalizing their Teslas or anything. Did he say anything like that? I don't think he did. Y'all not interested in anything but pushing TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. That's what the Democratic Party is interested in. And some of y'all logic is just out the window. Y'all don't even know what y'all do. And when, you know, all this y'all was, oh, the markets is a little destabilized right now. Where were y'all when Biden like was tearing up the country? Where were y'all when interest rates was like almost 8%? Like where was y'all at when people couldn't afford to buy houses? Where was y'all at when interest rates skyrocketed? Y'all ain't say nothing when that was going on. Like I'm trying to figure that out. People wanted to buy cars, and even if you had an 800 credit score, like you were still getting a high interest rate under the Biden-Harris administration. Gas prices were high. Where was y'all at? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. No, I am glad Donald Trump is president. I feel like this is the greatest, it's a great economic reset. That's what I feel like it is. And y'all don't know what to do about it. Shout out to Trump. Keep doing your.
Shout out to Trump, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I love to hear it, man. Love to hear that. You know, we are rooting for this administration, man. We are rooting for this man right here. We send our prayers. Yes, indeed. But I was trying to see if we had another clip that we had seen earlier. Oh, here it is. And this is Trump saying about the countries calling him. And I think it's over 80, there's over 70, but it's way more now. But to make a trade deal, to make a deal. So I want to play this clip right here. Y'all have to hear this, man.
In the history of our country. And don't let some of these politicians go around saying, you know, because I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir. And then I'll see some rebel Republican, you know, some guy that wants to grandstand, say, I think that Congress should take over negotiations. Let me tell you, you don't negotiate like I negotiate.
You don't negotiate like I negotiate. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And y'all know this morning, CNN praises Trump. Yeah. That he's doing exactly what he campaigned on. That his numbers are skyrocketing. Approval skyrocketing. Yeah.
I think there was this concern among some folks that Donald Trump would come in for a second term and kind of be a lame duck. He ain't no lame duck. If anything, he's a soaring eagle. What am I talking about here? Let's talk about Trump executive orders in 2025. He's already signed 111 so far. That is the most at this point in a presidency in at least 100 years. In fact, it's the most in any single year, and we're only in April, since Harry S. Truman in the early 1950s. The bottom line is whether you like Trump or you don't like him, you can't say that he's come in and not try to deliver on what he at least believes was his promises on the campaign trail, and he's doing so in historic fashion.
How are people reacting to and feel about Trump's approach?
Yeah, okay, so Trump's approach here, what are we talking about? Trump's approach to presidential power. I think the American people recognize what he's doing here is completely different. We're talking, get this, 86% of the American public believes that Trump's approach to presidential power is completely different from past presidents, compared to only 14% who believe it is in line with precedent. And we're talking about at least 79% of Democrats, independents, and Republicans. So again, you can agree or you can disagree with Donald Trump, but what you can't disagree with is that he's doing things very differently. I have used the Frank Sinatra quote before. He is doing it, quote unquote, my way, and that is what Donald Trump has done throughout both of his presidential terms, and he's certainly doing that, Kate Baldwin, in term number 2.
So completely differently, clearly they agree, but take it a step further? Do the people think he has too much, he's taken too much power?
Yeah, this I think is the real question, right?
And then CNN just, just being CNN.
You can believe that he's doing stuff completely differently, but do you think that he has a little too much power or not? And this is interesting. So Trump's presidential power is too much, the right amount, too little. Well, 47% say too much, but then you get 36% who say the right amount. Then you get 17% who say too little. So you're essentially dealing with a majority of the American public, 53%, who do not say that Trump has too much power. They either says he has too little power or the right amount of power. So the idea, that argument that Donald Trump is, quote unquote, a king, that I don't think holds with the American people. It does hold maybe with 47%, but with the majority of folks, they believe Donald Trump's doing something completely differently, and they don't believe he has too much power, and the executive orders he signed certainly suggest he's no lame duck. He is, as I said at the beginning, a soaring eagle.
Yeah, buddy. Democrats and these liberals, activists talking points, just can't make it up, man. But I love y'all, family. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's video. Again, highlight of the show of Trump calling out Adam Schiff once again, man. And today he also planted a new magnolia tree at the White House. I don't know, I might have said that wrong. Did I say that
Beautiful
wrong?
tree now at the White House. Dale shovel. Go ahead.
That's amazing. Let's see if we can get a good picture. There it is. We are rooting for this man. We're rooting for this administration. We are rooting for America. We are rooting for we the people, man. We are so back. Yes, indeed. But let me see what I want to play this one more clip.
5th protesting. Trump is still president. After all that April 5th protesting that you all did, it did not move the needle. President Donald Trump and MAGA is still in charge of the United States, bringing common sense back to the people. We want to make America great. You protesters want to make America bad. So with that being said, we're going to continue to stand with MAGA and make America great. And all that marching did nothing but just infuriate us to continue to support Trump and continue to make America great. We stand up with America. Y'all have a blessed day.
Woo! And that's how we gonna end this bad boy, man. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, family.